Welcome to Asyn Code. Hello everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with all our videos. In C++, a vector is a dynamic array that can grow or shrink in size as needed, making it a more flexible alternative to regular arrays. Unlike arrays, which have a fixed size determined at compile time, vectors can adjust their size during runtime, allowing for efficient memory management. Vectors are part of the standard template library, STL, and are implemented as a template class, meaning they can store elements of any data type. They support a variety of operations such as adding elements, removing elements, and accessing elements using indices. The vector automatically handles memory allocation, resizing, and deallocation, making it easier to work with dynamic data. It is important to note that vectors provide fast random access to elements, but inserting or deleting elements in the middle of a vector can be less efficient than at the end. This program demonstrates the flexibility of C++ vectors by showing how elements can be added, removed, accessed, and modified dynamically. It also highlights how to work with vectors effectively, using functions like push_back, pop_back, and size. The logic is simple. You add elements to a vector, modify them as needed, and display or manipulate them based on your requirements. Standard input-output stream for printing to console. Standard vector library to work with vectors. Declare a vector to store integers. Numbers is an empty vector of integers to store values. Adding elements to the vector using push_back function. Adds the integer 10 to the end of the vector. Adds the integer 20 to the end of the vector. Adds the integer 30 to the end of the vector. Display the size of the vector, how many elements are currently in it. Numbers.size returns the number of elements in the vector. In this case, it will return 3. This allows us to understand how many items have been added to the vector. Accessing and printing elements of the vector using index. Prints the first element, which is 10. Prints the second element, which is 20. prints the third element, which is 30. Removing the last element of the vector using pop_back function. This removes the last element, 30, from the vector. After this operation, the vector now contains two elements, 10 and 20. Display the updated size of the vector after removal. Numbers.size now returns 2 since one element was removed. Using a loop to print all elements of the vector. I is the index variable for looping through the vector. Prints each element of the vector at position I. Prints a new line after output. Modifying an element in the vector by changing the value at index 0. The first element, which was 10, is now changed to 100. Printing the modified vector. Prints each modified element of the vector. Prints a new line after output. Returning 0 from main indicates successful execution. Now run our code. Okay, let's make a deal. If you like this video and subscribe, I promise I'll keep bringing you more awesome coding content. No bugs, no errors. Well, okay, maybe a few bugs, but I'll help you debug them. Seriously though, hitting that like and subscribe helps me out a lot and ensures you don't miss out on any future videos. Deal?